Shakira, Shakira.
Look at those. The bees are listening to her. Look at them listening. There's another one. Looks like the flowers just opened up. 10 days ago, this colony was quite small, identified some vigor, and it provided one frame boost. And what they've done with all the bees is they've expanded out the nest. You can see the old nest here. It's a small little patch. They are struggling because they are below the population threshold. Now with the bees, you can see them expand this nest out. This side's right full of brood. Haven't found her yet. This frame is right laid out with eggs. Lots of little young bees are wandering around. So what we're going to do is that's 1, 2, 3. Oh, there she is. Three frames and a bit of brood there. So 3 frames with brood on it. We're going to drop them another frame of brood on this side of her to give them a further boost. This is what our secondary boost looks like. We've come in, we identified the small vigorous ones, and we boosted them with 1 frame just to get them up and going. And now we're going to drop them another frame just to bring back the productiveness into them. So we are in recovery mode, which feels good. Things are starting to turn around. We've been able to hold the small ones from dying and revive them, and now we're boosting them back into production. The weak ones, I don't think we have. Do we have a weak one in this yard? Yeah, we have two weak ones, and I'll show you what they look like. This one can have a good frame of brood.
Okay.
Mark them with a tag for a queen replacement, so if we do happen to get a queen, we know which one to identify. She's still going in here. No comment. So this one we're looking at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 frames of bees. Carrie identified it as a queen failure. We're looking at a very poor, hard-doing nest here. Spotty brood pattern. We're seeing, well, this frame's garbage. So the frame's not the queen's fault. But we're just seeing inconsistency with the brood laying throughout, meaning that she's either sick or the colony's sick or it needs to be replaced. So what we're doing is we're treating them for nosema, and we have them scheduled to requeen with a new queen replacement. And these ones are pretty much written off for the season. Just not enough time. Unless we get them going, we might catch a late flow. But typically what I do with these colonies is I pull them out into my nuke yard, drop queen cells in, and just set them aside and get them going for next year. We don't have queen cells going this year because we're having trouble we're late and we're having trouble finding enough bees. And there's also the compounding problem with my lingering nosema levels and all the virus levels. So before we start queen rearing, we had to clean up the situation. That's what we're doing. We're just into the recovery mode. We're starting to see some more, bulk bees, frames dripping with bees. That's a good sign. So now we might be able to, in a couple of weeks, transition into some queen rearing. But because we don't have queen cells going right now, and we have a mass of bees in here, and I don't want to shake them out, I can revive this colony with a little bit of investment. So we're putting $45 into this, and they better work out. I sure like the other way. You just pull them out, drop a queen cell in there, and then drop a nuke into that spot. Very little investment, and you drop a vigorous unit ready to make you honey, ready to make you money. This is the colony that I used to donate the brood to that small one over here. And we'll just take a peek inside to see how they're making out. Bees on the patties. They're not dripping with bees, so that's good. We took them down enough. Box is full. Nice frame of feed. There is a nectar flow right now. I think the Caraganas are just kicking it out today. It sure smells good. That's the smell of Caragana, right? Yeah, I just love that nectar smell. So these frames are just dripping. Lots of pollen. Just a beautiful day today. Finally no wind. Packed full of pollen. Nectar scattered all throughout. Lovely patch of brood. Surrounded with open brood. I wonder if she's close by here. Count that as half. It's a nice frame, just littered full of pollen. Little patch of brood. A little bit younger here. Full frame of brood. Makes 2, 2.5. Nothing wrong with that. These girls are gonna need space right away. So that's threshold. That's as big as I want them. So I want to pull some strength yet for these smaller ones. That is a good frame to boost with. So I'm going to take this one. That's money in the bank. Just got to find her. So this colony, we pulled back a little bit and they are doing just fine. They're going to provide more. Oh, she's got to be on here. This frame is just full of milk brood. Is that what you call milk brood? We got some mature larvae there, just getting capped over. Then milk brood. This frame is wet. Ooh. This frame is also just packed full of mature larvae, and it just keeps getting younger and younger and younger all the way out. This hive's in pretty good shape. They're bringing in a lot of resource right now, but there's going to be a demand. That's probably why they're on these patties. Where are you? She has this right full of eggs. Leave it to the last frame, of course. Yep, of course. She went and she ran to the outer wall, probably when I opened up the colony. Hate when they do that. Okay, so I'm going to take the one frame and I'm going to take a shake also. I don't want to get too carried away. Some nice young bees. Give me a little bit more space. And some food. Frame by frame by frame, twice over, but it's working. It is painful. I'm used to managing by the box, by the box, by the box. This year is frame by frame by frame by frame by frame. Gobs the bees. There she is. Beautiful queen. Where we can see you. Do you have a place for her in there?
If she wants, well, if you want to pick her up and move her over here, yeah, you can.
Yeah. Just gonna use my clumsy fingers. Get on there.
Just don't kill her.
Ah, I don't know how guys do this so quick. Ouch.
Worker sting you, or?
Worker, get down there. Bitch. Pollen in there. What a beautiful frame. That's a money shot. How many did you pull from here?
So far I've only pulled one because
You want to shake of these too? I'll get you a funnel.